football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start. He'll bring it out. It's Moyer. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Purdue's offense will get the football first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We're just going to see what they do today.
The Boilermakers racing to the line in the hurry-up. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it! Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. That is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long. So that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one. On the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Wheeler. Really nice job to get him past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Finds his way for 3 after the 33. Let's take a minute and look big picture at Purdue. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as...
Breaks into the open. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
On the move at the 30. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Let's go! After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Fires to the big fella. Let's talk for just a second about Purdue. Great pickup on the defensive front. 3-star defensive lineman gives a verbal commitment last week, and you really need to bring good talent into the program. Maybe diamonds in the rough. At this level, that's how they thrive.
Oh, there's no doubt. And just some of these guys, they're not as refined, but they've got the tools, right? And so I think he's got the tools, and this is a guy that you can build around on that defensive line. You need all the big bodies you can get.
Smashes it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. South Carolina somehow, some way, found a way there in Columbia and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either.
That's caught. It's Freeman.
Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And the Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Crosses the 45. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Bunch formation for these receivers. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. And the extra point makes it 7-3.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Boilermakers headed quickly to the line.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
And wings it incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Gets open down the middle. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the 1st down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Pressure's there and he lets it go. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Gets it out quickly.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The Boilermakers are moving quickly down the field.
I love the start for this quarterback on third down. Third down, obviously money down, got to have success. But to have success early, now it opens up everything, right? We trust him. He's got a rhythm going. He's feeling good, and he got a lot of confidence.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Here's the pressure. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
And I tell you what, these deep shots, they're so hard to defend. You got to chase the guy all the way down the field and kind of stay in his hip pocket, stay close to him, and then turn your head like he does here and makes a nice play on the football to bat it away.
The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch, called for and made. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Touchdown, Boilermakers! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Got it in the middle, it's Francis. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense.
There he goes. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Perkins. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. First play of the period will be a second down. The give on the inside. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Touchdown, Ohio State. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down.